Soy, the final frontier. I am Comrade Britain.
And I am Major Asshole. These are the voyages of the starship USS Megamaid, our ongoing mission.
To explore old films, both cringe and based. And to boldly go.
To merchandise the Schwartz!
Soy, the podcast is here.
We're here.
One half vegan, one half queer. 100% communist, unless we have a less leftist guest.
With Patrick and Brenton, talking, joking, farting and shitting, all about Star Trek. Like our buttholes, this show is wrecked. Soy Trek, the podcast is here. So listen to Soy Trek right in your ears.
We're zizzing, we're just like bees. You and me, you and me. We're zizzing, we're zazzing, we're just like bees. And this is how we're gonna be. What's up?
Oh.
It's the bee hour with the Ziz Man and the asshole.
Here to review the Bee movie starring Jerry Seinfeld.
What did we think? I give it 2 stingers up.
I fucking loved it.
It made me jerk off, and it jerked me off. You know what I'm saying?
Made me think about what it would be like if a human woman had sex with a bee.
I already was thinking about that, but I was never like, hey, they should put this in a kid's film. But then, that motherfucker did just for me. Just for me. I feel like it was for me and for the whole state of motherfucking New Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
It's a feeling that we've all had, a secret desire that we've all had. Every young person in the world has had the secret feeling of what it would be like if a human woman had sex with a bee. And this takes it to the next level. It actually visualizes it for us, so we don't just have to use our imaginations.
And you know what they say? They say abstinence-only education is the only way to prevent pregnancies. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm saying, what if I fuck a bee instead? A human can't impregnate no motherfucking bee.
No, that's what then I learned in sex ed, is that every animal has a different set of chromosomes.
Uh-huh.
So that's why you don't see like a human and a bee baby. You can only see a human and human baby.
Right, you can do like a liger.
Yeah, you can do a
which is
liger.
a tiger and a lion.
Yeah.
And you can do a tie-in, which is like the other way. It can be done.
An Italian?
In Italian, you
Nice.
you can make an Italian out of 2 cats.
Out of 2 cats?
2 big cats make an Italian. I don't know if you knew that. That's how you can trade them. That's the barter system, baby.
I learned something new today. That was Jerseytalk.
That was Jerseytalk.
That's our other podcast.
I guess so. I would totally do that for like a solid hour.
Yeah, same.
No, that would not be difficult at all.
You know,
It would be stressful, but not difficult.
it's a voice that's easy on the throat too.
Yeah, it's really not bad. All you have to do is talk a little bit louder than usual.
Slightly elevated and slightly a little dumber.
Yeah, slightly. I gotta forget about 3 years of college history in order to talk just like this.
It's like, you're Phineas Gage and getting like a railroad spike through your brain into a vital part of your critical thinking skills.
Delicious.
Delicious.
So yeah, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/dumb8bs. You should go there and subscribe. You get episodes a lot sooner. There's a bunch of other tiers with a bunch of other sick ass fucking benefits.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people who support us, and we thank every single one of them.
Got your media dungeon tier. You got your merch tier.
Yeah, you do. We got some pretty fucking cool shit, man.
Yeah.
And you should go check it out at patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. God, I wish I had a money noise, like a cha-ching on here.
Yeah.
So I could be like, we're making the money!
You do have a lot of buttons on there. Not one of them's a money noise?
Not one of them's a money noise. I put my own. Do you want to go through the entire list of what we have on here?
Yeah, sure. Give it a little peek to the listeners about what noises at your fingertips.
So the primary one we have are bridge noise. You know,
Oh yeah, of
I've
course.
always got that going. That's like an hour-long sample.
It is a really nice, like, I always thought about playing, because you can find, like, 10 hours of bridge noises on
That's exactly
on
what I
YouTube.
did. I just stole it from there.
Yeah, and I always thought about, like, playing that while I sleep.
But yeah, it's super like relaxing. And I guess a lot of people who listen to the podcast I've been told by several people like that they listen to my deep, relaxing voice and go to sleep sometimes. And I'm like, really? Interesting way to describe my voice.
Oh, that means you're definitely putting yourself in a position to incept them.
Incept?
Incept.
Oh, incept them.
Yeah.
Inceptinate them.
Inceptinate them.
I'm gonna inceptinate all your
Because
holes.
while they're sleeping, they're more susceptible.
And subjectable.
Subjectable.
And objectified.
And objectified.
And
they're more,
crucified.
but they're more susceptible to suggestion. And you can definitely plant some ideas in their brains. And they'll wake up and believing that.
This is how I can convert people to communism.
That's true.
Yeah. I don't make any arguments that make any sense. So.
You should also just go back when you're preparing the episode to release, and also just put like just a silent, just record, just be like, communism will win, just like faintly over a stuff.
Do you just want to do that now, real quick?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay. So one of us has to talk about something. Do you want it to be me or you?
Yeah, you talk about something. Why not?
Okay, go for it. So I've been watching a lot of stuff recently on cruise ships. Have you watched any of these like cruise ship reviews or anything on YouTube? Because they're pretty interesting. And I used to watch like just this one guy, but like based on his stuff, it just started suggesting me all this other stuff that was just like cruise ship related and cruise ship reviews from all these different guys. Like there's one, I think, like gay couple that does it, and then like a British woman, and then the guy I started on Bright Sun Travels does a lot of like really good reviews that are like fun and I think like pretty even, but like I don't know, I think they're just like in general like kind of fun, kind of mindless. I don't think I've been convinced to go on a cruise, even though like all these people really like cruising. It was something that like my parents did quite a few times with us when we were younger, and they were like all right vacations, but like then again, I never went on one like since I've been to like 21, and I feel like it might be different if you could like go out to the nighttime stuff and go out to the clubs and stuff, you know, because we were never really able to do that kind of thing. You what?
Nothing about flocks.
I didn't hear that at all.
Oh, you didn't? That's interesting about cruise ships, though. I do hate cruise ships. What are you doing?
Nothing you need to see. You're on a list. And that list is people who enjoyed the film we reviewed today.
Oh, hell yeah.
1987's Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
So this one, if you are in our Patreon, our patrons, one of the benefits they get is every week they get to recommend a piece of media for us to watch. And the first 4 people who recommend something get their suggestion put up, and then we put it up to vote. I've actually never denied a thing unless it was like, past 24 hours or past the threshold of 4. So. And because of that, we've had to watch some dumbass bullshit. But today we got to watch a real joy of a film, I think. Something we're both fans of. Something I watched a lot when I was younger.
I will say, like, I think this is definitely one of the Mel Brooks movies I've probably seen the most.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, you know.
This and probably Young Frankenstein.
Yeah, and I saw Men in Tights in theaters.
I did watch that a lot when I was young. I think I don't think I saw it in theaters because I had to have been like 6 or 7 when I was out.
Yeah, I think I was like 10.
Yeah.
Like, I got to get the whole theater experience, and I feel like that probably wasn't an appropriate movie for a 10-year-old.
Probably not. It's a fun one though. I really do enjoy that film.
Me too. Yeah.
So this movie released on June 24th, 1987. Clocks in at a solid 96 minutes long.
Yeah, which is amazing that he's able to condense the original Star Wars trilogy into 96 minutes.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, but he takes like just the best beats of it. He even takes some stuff from Star Trek too.
Yeah, there's a lot of Star Trek references.
Yeah, there is. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
So this one is directed, of course, by Mel Brooks. It is written by Mel Brooks, along with Ronnie Graham, who is the priest at the wedding in this movie, and also co-wrote To Be or Not to Be, which is another Mel Brooks film.
Yeah.
That no one really remembers.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, when the scene when it shows all the Mel Brooks films, like, the 12 Chairs is there, and I've never seen that movie. Like, that's, I think, one of the Mel Brooks movies I've never seen. And I was thinking, like, I need to rectify that.
Yeah, I'd like to watch all the Mel Brooks films, but then again, I don't really have enough time.
Yeah.
But, you know, someday.
One day.
This was also co-written by third author Thomas Meehan, who wrote the books for the play versions of The Producers, Young Frankenstein, and Hairspray, the John Waters musical.
I love Hairspray.
Yeah, Hairspray is great. It's very fun.
Yeah.
So
did you hear about what happened in the remake? You know, the girl who's in the remake. She was recently arrested for a racist attack in an airport.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's pretty bummer, man.
Yeah. Her and her dad, I guess they were.
Whoa. Double father-daughter racist attack?
Yeah, father-daughter racist attack.
Father-daughter racist attack. I got you, girl, and you got my back.
It really goes against, like, I feel like the message of Hairspray.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow.
I mean,
did you learn nothing from that film?
I mean, that was like what? Are you talking the new version of Hairspray?
Yeah, the new version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't that long ago. Yeah, it wasn't Ricky Lake.
Ricky Lake rules.
Ricky Lake does rule.
She would never.
Ricky Lake
never.
Yeah, Ricky Lake is an angel on the planet Earth.
Yeah, she is. She has supported gay rights forever.
Yeah,
like one of the OGs. Like
before it was popular.
Yeah, 100%.
Like she was like on the front lines, being like no, and she didn't give a fuck.
No, she does not.
Yeah.
We respect Ricky Lake up in this hood.
Yeah, I saw her recently because she interviewed John Waters after he got his star on the
Oh, nice. Yeah, they're like old friends, those two.
Yeah.
Which, if you're a friend of John Waters, like an old friend of John Waters, you fucking rule.
Yeah.
You are a automatically cool and interesting person just based on your proximity to a very cool and interesting guy.
Yeah, she's awesome. Like we love Ricky Lake on this podcast.
We fucking do. This is a pro Ricky Lake podcast.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
That would be. We should just go back and watch all the episodes of Ricky Lake.
In a galaxy very, 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 very far away, there lived a ruthless race of beings known as Spaceballs. Chapter 11. The evil leaders of planet Spaceball, having foolishly squandered their precious atmosphere, have devised a secret plan to take every breath of air away from their peace-loving neighbor, planet Druidia. Today is Princess Vespa's wedding day. Unbeknownst to the princess, but knownst to us, danger lurks in the stars above. If you can read this, you don't need glasses. That's what the opening scroll says.
Yeah. I do like that opening scroll. I like the part 11 part.
Yeah.
Because when
chapter 11 like bankruptcy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's a double meaning there.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fun.
And it is funny because I imagine when it said like Part 4 when the original Star Wars trilogy came out, like probably that's pretty confusing to a lot of people because like you wouldn't, because like they're probably like wondering, well, where's the other movies?
Yeah, they up your asshole, baby.
And did you ever watch
Let's find him.
Leonard Part 6?
Of course I watched Leonard Part 6 with Bill motherfucker Cosby.
Yeah. No one else has ever seen that movie. You know,
it's miserable.
It is miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah, vegans are enemies in that. They're the villain.
It's pretty, well, I mean...
They ain't wrong. They ain't wrong.
They ain't wrong. So, we open on a seemingly endless shot of a ship in space. It's like a minute and a half long. It's actually pretty funny how long it goes on.
Yeah.
Like, it's intentionally, like, way too long. On the back of the ship is a sticker saying, "We break for nobody." On the ship, a Spaceball tells Colonel Sanders that Druidia is in sight. Then Lord Helmet enters, which is a stand-in for, Darth Vader.
Yeah.
He's wearing a very large helmet. It kind of looks like a penis.
Yes, and so does his tie. Like his tie has 2 balls, and then like a really long.
Yeah, and it's Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
Classic actor from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids series, who just dropped out of acting in order to raise his family after his wife died. Yeah. Which is like fucking really cool. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's very cool because Rick Moranis, like, he's excellent in this movie. Like a lot of he was responsible for a lot of improvisations and stuff like that, and like.
Yeah, there's one scene in particular that we'll get to that is incredibly unhinged, but it's like amazing.
And entirely improv by him.
Yeah, I assumed so, because it's like it goes to a different level that the rest of the film doesn't quite meet.
Yeah, Rick Moranis, he has a little bit of darkness to him.
It's beautiful though. It's comical darkness.
Yes.
Like he obviously like he gets it. He gets a good joke.
And I was thinking, like, watching this, like, this Spaceballs really has like the SCTV connection that Mel Brooks' other films don't really have, because it has.
That's true, because it has Candy, it has Moranis. Yeah. Does it have anybody else really?
Not really, but I was just like, but it's just like interesting to have those two like just Canadian comedy giants, and this film, who worked in other things. I think weren't they both in Canadian Bacon together?
They might have been. And Michael Moore's only feature film.
Michael Moore's only feature film. And so it was just interesting that, and they didn't really like work with him on any other films. Which is interesting, but they're both phenomenal in this. Yeah, Rick Moranis' performance
on another level. It's very good. Yeah. So he goes to call President Scroob, who is played by none other than Mel Brooks himself, and Scroob is actually just like an anagram of Brooks.
Yes.
But he's already been contacted,
and he's supposed to be like a Palpatine stand-in.
Yeah, like an emperor type guy. Lord Helmet puts on a ring and zaps the soldier's junk for failing. This
also part has like one of the funniest scenes for me, wherein he's like zapping the guy's balls, and then does a close-up of Sanders' face, and he's just like silently weeping. He's turned away from watching his subordinates' balls get tortured, and he's just like quietly crying to himself.
I didn't notice that. That's pretty good. Yeah, we love it when anyone quietly weeps in a comedy film.
Exactly. Quietly weeping is one of my favorite comedy gags. Yeah.
I quietly weep in my I do a comedy gag in my truck every day on my lunch break.
I'm laughing. This is so fucking
this
funny.
This is so funny. I love my life. So Lord Helmet reveals his plan to kidnap Princess Vespa during her marriage, so that King Roland, her father, will give them the combination to the air shield so that they can steal their heir. So this king, they know, is willing to give up his entire world for his daughter's life, which is a pretty shitty king.
Yeah, pretty shitty king.
Pretty shitty king.
And I already like kind of was like where this is as established, because when it shows Spaceball headquarters, what does Spaceball headquarters look like? The Capitol building.
It does, yeah.
And Spaceballs run a giant corporation, and they're looking to destroy a world's atmosphere. They're looking to destroy their ozone layer, which is like what, and like, and I'm sure that was intentional or not. Like, just like, yeah, this melding of like the government and business to destroy the world.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is always, especially in like the later Mel Brooks stuff, a lot of like very kind of anti-corporatist, kind of like backlashy stuff, which I appreciate. And this might kind of be the beginning of that. You don't see that in his like earlier stuff quite as much.
No.
But I don't know if that was intentional or not, to be about a corporation, basically a government corporation, just stealing the atmosphere for their own enrichment.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good question. Perhaps.
Good question, yeah.
Perhaps. Do this be woke? Do Spaceballs be woke?
Do Spaceballs be woke? And I think we're going to see that there is like a lot of premonition commentary, even I think some unintentional commentary that's more relevant today than it was when it was initially made. Yeah. Like, we'll get to it.
Yeah, perhaps. So then Lord Helmet's coffee is too hot.
Yes.
Down on planet Drudea, it's verdant and nice. The Princess Vespa, is worried about the droid of honor, Dot Matrix, but she arrives just in time. She's just C-3PO is Joan Rivers, which is not far away from C-3PO in general, is Anthony whatever his name is.
Anthony Daniel?
That sounds right.
Yeah, maybe. And I was thinking, like, I actually had to look up also like the actress who plays Princess Vespa, because I was realizing like I hadn't really seen her in anything else. And
yeah, what else is she in?
She was in Melrose Place, which I have not watched ever. And like watch a TV. I guess she was also in The Fly too.
Oh, okay.
Which and Brooks' film was one of the backers of the original Fly. They're
right.
And so like I guess they recommended her for The Fly too.
Oh, that's rad.
Yeah, but she was extremely funny in this film, and like I was like, she didn't really have much of a comedic career after that. It seems.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I thought she was really fucking funny in this.
Yeah, I mean, like this is a well cast film.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
Especially like since like I mean, it's interesting like for Bill Pullman's character, there was I think they originally wanted like Tom Berenger.
They tried to get Tom Berenger, Tom Hanks, and Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
And apparently, I guess, in an interview, Bill Pullman said that apparently like Mel Brooks was kind of hurt that all of them passed on the film. And so he kind of went with like a up and comer and not like a real established name yet.
Yeah, I guess like Mel Brooks's wife had seen Bill Pullman in a play or something. And that's how like got the idea to use him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Bill Pullman rocks.
Bill Pullman does rock.
I fucking love Bill Pullman.
Yeah, he rules.
So, Princess Vespa is to be married to the last prince left in the galaxy because she must marry a prince named Prince Valium, who is very sleepy, which is pretty funny. Funny gag.
Yeah, the play on Prince Valiant. And so,
yeah. So Princess Vespa leaves before the wedding begins and steals a rocket ship and busts out of there. Next, we go to a Winnebago flying through space, playing heavy metal by Bon Jovi with a sticker on the back saying, "I heart Uranus." On the ship is Barf, a giant dog man played by John Candy, and is eating a bunch of stuff out of a bucket.
It actually is eating stovetop stuffing.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That rocks.
Yeah.
On the bridge, the captain, Lone Star, played by Bill Pullman, calls Barf to answer the phone. It's Vinny, a robot gangster working for Pizza the Hut, a giant pizza monster. He wants his 1 million space bucks by tomorrow or else.
Also, what's interesting is like Vinny the robot, there's no prosthesis on him. That's all makeup.
Yeah, it is.
And
it's not that interesting. It doesn't look great.
It doesn't look great, but it's pretty convincing. It convinced me as a kid. Like, I will say, like, the one thing that horrified me as a kid was Pizza the Hut.
Yeah, that thing is nasty, and it's like constantly gooing.
Constantly gooing. Parts of him are falling in his mouth, and he's eating the parts that fall in his mouth. And that was like the most disturbing part to me as a kid.
That's funny. That was like the funniest part to me as a kid.
I just was thinking like how horrifying it would be just to constantly just be eating yourself.
Yeah. I like to constantly have it creaming and feeding me that ooh-goo. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Bo yo 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 yo.
I will say he does look like he's covered in cum at multiple times.
Yeah.
Like he starts to secrete just white viscous fluid from his pores.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh.
Oh, that's so tasty.
Yeah. Somebody came on pizza.
Not again. So next we see President Scroob, and he assures a journalist on his planet that they will have plenty of air. He then drinks a can of Perry air. Mm-hmm. Like Perrier, but Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just inhales it, yeah. Central Control calls him up and informs him that Princess Vespa is almost captured and offers to transport him. He's skeptical of the transporters, but Central Control says that Snotty beamed them twice last night and it was wonderful, and an obvious sexual innuendo. Mm-hmm. So he does it, saying what the hell, and it works on Star Trek.
Yeah.
So I'm making the first Star Trek reference there. And he's beamed with his head on backwards. He wonders why nobody told him his ass is so big.
They do make his ass extra large for when it's on the front of him.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe Mel Brooks has a juicy boot.
I mean, that was a pretty juicy boot.
It might have a juicy boot. You don't know.
I don't know. Like during the rest of it, like I didn't really notice a juicy boot on him.
I don't know. I
think they gave him a little extra padding.
I think it might have a juicy boot.
Give me that juicy boot, Brooks, baby.
All right, everybody, sound off in the Discord if you think Mel Brooks has got a juicy boot or not.
Come on, like and subscribe.
Like
hit that
subscribe.
Bell. So, where are we?
The juicy boot.
Yep. So he's beamed back in normal condition and chooses to walk to the next room. So he was one room away the entire time.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a fun gag.
Yeah.
There he finds Dark Helmet is within reach of Princess Vespa. Mm-hmm. With Dark Helmet, they're trying to capture Princess Vespa. The gunner is cross-eyed, and his last name is Asshole. There's a bunch of people with the last name Asshole there, and they're all related, and they're basically running the ship. And Dark Helmet's like, I'm surrounded by assholes, in the very obvious joke. Next, we go back to Lone Star and Barf, who are getting a call from King Roland, who offers them 1,000,000 space bucks, the exact amount they need to pay off Pizza the Hut to get back Princess Vespa. They agree to this.
Yeah.
It's a lot of space bucks.
Yeah, I do like how they're just like, just not even like trying to come up with like a fake form of currency. It's like, yeah, space bucks.
yeah, it's not even trying. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
So next we see Princess Vespa in the hold of Lord Helmet's magnetic beam. So they decide to jam the ship's radar, and they do it with a giant jar of raspberry jam, which was a really funny gag. Yeah. I kind of guffawed at that. I was like, this is dumb. But I mean, this film knows how dumb it is, and it leans into it, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's excellent.
Mm-hmm. So next we go to my man, Michael motherfucking Winslow.
Yep, yeah, right. That's what I knew. I was just like, Britt wanted to review this.
I didn't choose this. This chose us. Our patrons chose this.
But that's what I knew. I was just like, oh, there's a lot of meat on this bone.
Yeah. So I actually saw Michael Winslow live back in God, it had to have been like 2015, maybe 2016, something like that. Maybe 2014. I don't know. It was when my brother still lived around here.
Yeah, you and your brother went together, right?
Yeah, we did. And it was like he opened up with like a mouth guitar solo that was kind of amazing, but pretty much everything he did that wasn't like sound effect related sucked. Like on a deep level. Like he had a good like 5 or 10 minutes where he was like, oh, I went to Walmart the other day, or as I call it, wall farts. And then he just kept on saying like, or Walgreens, or as I like to call it, wall beans. And he just kept on doing shit like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I would have been cracking up.
No, it was,
you were amazing, Michael Winslow.
it was like so hammy and so bad, but at the same time it was great because it was so bad.
Yeah, because that's also like that's when you realize, like, you know, watching him in Police Academy and other random like 80s films during this time, you know, Spaceballs, like he wasn't known for jokes.
No.
He was known.
He's not like funny. He's just like if you have a good idea and some good gags that involve making noises, he can fucking execute those very well.
Yeah, he can literally make the noise of anything on Earth. Like I think I once watched a video. It was really stupid. I don't know why he did this, but it was just him recreating the noises antique typewriters make.
I've watched this before, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Like, I was just like, oh, and it was just him listening to the typewriter noise and then recreating it for you.
Yeah, it's a weird savant level skill.
Yeah,
and it's really phenomenal. And like more power to him. But he should be doing a thing more like Bobby McDarren or whatever. Like doing like a cool musical education type thing, and not masquerading as a stand-up comic, because that's not what he is.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's hard, I guess, to really incorporate weird noises into a live show, you know, besides like just doing like a... Cause
he could learn how to loop, or he could have like a looper there for him, and he could just do music with his cool noises.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I've like times I've seen people do like a solo looper act and stuff, and it's always really entertaining.
But I mean, he had like his moment in the sun for sure. Like throughout the entire 80s, he was in stuff. You know, he was in a Cheech and Chong film. He was in most of the Police Academy films. Yeah. He's in fucking what else is fucking Michael? He's in obviously this. Gosh. You know, I'm sure he was in a ton of shows and shit. Like, you know.
Yeah,
he was everywhere in the 80s, and I feel like every year since the 80s, like his quality of life has like consistently like kind of degraded. Like, I mean, you know, his life can't have gotten, unless he made some great investments in the 80s, his life can't have gotten like significantly better.
Do you think he's just like in like a studio apartment right now, sitting in an awful gross chair, just making noises to himself?
Yeah. Yeah, he just like gets up and makes a creaking noise, and he's like, "Oh God, I feel like shit."
I feel like, wow, he's
and
still.
Then he makes a toilet flushing noise.
He's been in like lots of stuff lately.
Yeah. Oh, lately, really?
Yeah.
That's surprising. He's getting work.
The Truth About Santa Claus, a wrestling Christmas miracle, which sounds.
I have that. I have a wrestling Christmas miracle.
He plays Judge Calloway, so he's a.
God, I hope he makes some noises.
Killing Hasselhoff.
I think I have. Yeah, I have that one too.
To Lava, to Lantula.
I don't know if I have that. So he's not getting like big roles at all.
Yeah, there's a movie. Yeah, he's been in the Sharknado movies.
Of course.
I guess like To Lava, to Lantula is a sequel to Lava Lantula about a lava tarantula. Yeah,
it's a big lava spider.
Yeah. Yeah, so nothing good.
No.
But it's good that he's working.
Yeah, it's good. I'm glad to see him getting work, and not as a stand-up comic, because that's not what he is.
Oh, yeah, he's been in Family Guy, of course.
Oh, of course. That's what he should be doing, is he should be doing, like, voice acting.
Yeah.
He should. Anyway, so Barf shows up on the princess's ship and offers to take them.
I do like how they don't even try to obey any laws of space.
No.
And this, like, he just literally takes a ladder in open space.
Yeah.
Down to her spaceship.
Right.
Like
it's just like, you know, ground level.
Yeah, it's just ground level. Like they don't even it's just his own body weight. Like they don't try to make him float. They don't even try to make it's clear like Mel Brooks probably didn't want to spend money. Because like I think one thing that he said about putting Michael Winslow in this film is like he saved $1,000 by not having to do special effects, just having Michael Winslow do them instead.
Oh, nice.
And so like during that part, and so I could also see like this being a cost cutting measure. Like, you know, they probably were talking about like, okay, well, we need to make a spacesuit, obviously, and he's probably like, no, it's funnier if you don't.
Yeah, because it was funny.
It was funny, just
yeah.
just Barf taking like a ladder down to another spaceship. Like, sure.
Yeah. So they walk up a ladder into the Winnebago. I also love that they're traveling through space in a Winnebago.
Yeah.
That's especially dumb. The princess has a lot of luggage, and they make a joke about how Druish sounds like Jewish, and they call her a Druish princess. Druish princess.
Yeah, you know, Mel Brooks had it. I guess like he said about adding like that kind of joke in there. He's like, I was ashamed, but I knew I had to do it in my heart.
And God bless him. So next, Lord Helmet opens up the princess's ship, and he is angered to find out nobody is in there. Everybody covers their genitals in fear, which I do pretty often as well.
Yeah.
Whenever I see a cop.
Yeah, like, ooh. I think there should have been. I mean, this is not a fetish thing.
Yes, it is.
I'm just saying there should have been more scenes of him torturing genitals. Because we had that one in the beginning, but for a running gag, we should have had it happen more often.
True.
Only criticism.
Fair. I mean, they do make several like dick jokes and stuff.
They do,
and it happens in the end too. Someone gets shot and hit in the dick.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
Yeah. So they make their way towards the Winnebago. In the Winnebago, they see Lord Helmet approaching and turn on their warp speed right in time. But light speed is too slow to catch up to them, so Lord Helmet decides to go ludicrous speed, which is also the speed that Christopher Bridges travels in the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, what is it?
That's a ludicrous joke.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's his name.
Ludicrous.
Ludicrous speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately these speeds were also stolen by Elon Musk for his cars.
That is a big shame.
That is because I feel like I have a theory he probably hasn't even seen Spaceballs. I doubt he would understand it or find it funny. He just seems like he doesn't have that sort of like depth of character.
Yeah.
Or in just like a sense of humor.
Right.
Like we can tell from his meme post, he does not have a sense of humor. So I feel like watching a movie like Spaceballs would be completely alien to him.
I feel like he does have a sense of humor. It's just not funny.
Yeah.
It's a bad sense.
It's a bad sense, and I'm going to also bet like it's someone that actually worked on the car who was a fan of Spaceballs who came up with this.
Imagine how much more Elon Musk could have done for the world if he realized he's not funny.
It's like when Lionel Hutz is
imagine all the people.
Imagine the world if Elon Musk put a gun in his mouth. Can you imagine? If he did that as a baby, just playing with
flying cars, baby.
Just flying cars.
Yeah. And also high-speed rail in California.
Yeah.
So the ship goes so fast and ludicrous speed that they go plaid in what remains maybe my favorite joke in the movie for some reason.
Yeah, we're going plaid speed.
And and then Barf's like, they've gone to plaid.
Yeah.
Which is such a great line.
And I do love how like the plaid is projected within the pilot area of their Winnebago, the driving seat. Like you can just see like the plaid projected everywhere. It's really funny.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the Winnebago runs out of gas and they have to land on a planet. They land on a desert planet, and both the princess and Lone Star are mad at each other and go to confront one another, but they haven't met yet. And they're both very attracted to each other when they meet. He tells her to take only what she needs to survive, and they end up carrying a ton of luggage for her. Lone Star gets mad and tells her to carry her own luggage because she's bringing like a hairdryer and shit like that.
It says hot air. It's like, why do we need this?
So back with Lord Helmet, they get a VHS copy of Spaceballs because there's a new technology where movies are available now before they're even done.
Yeah, you see all of Mel Brooks' filmography in there, and they're just like, "Find Spaceballs, sir."
They watch and figure out that the princess is on the moon Vega and head after them.
I do like the part where like Rick Moranis is trying to conceptualize like the here and now, just trying to figure out like where he exists in this film.
Right. Do you feel that way sometimes?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's kind of like you kind of wonder about our perception of time and how time really is.
Right.
Because like we are only perceiving the universe from a very like, you know, ape man type way, you know, like we like everything we see is our own brain trying to make sense of what our outside forces. Like time could be entirely non-linear and insane.
It could be. It should be.
It should be.
That'd be much cooler if like I woke up tomorrow and I was like 14 again. Then I woke up the next day and I was like a 90-year-old man. And I woke up the next day and I was fucking dead.
I was fucking dead. Yeah, what would you do if you retained your memories of your current state of being, but then woke up when you were 14?
Probably do what I did anyway and jerk off.
You're like, cool.
We're like, damn, that fucking sucks.
Fucking sucks.
I'm a jerk off.
Yeah.
Probably listen to Michael Savage.
Yeah. You don't even like pay attention to what date it is. It's September 11th, 2001. It's like, there's something I was supposed to do today.
I'm gonna jerk off, go back to bed. Thanks.
Let's
anyway.
see. It's only 8 a.m. I'm just going back to bed.
It already happened by 8 a.m. where I lived.
Oh, that's true.
In Alaska. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. At 8 a.m. it was already happening.
I was woken up at like 5 a.m. and I watched the second one hit live on TV at like, I don't know, probably 6:30 or something like that because it's 4 hours behind.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, I was seeing it in real time, East Coast time.
I was seeing it in real time too.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but I mean, like, but you're seeing it in like the past time. It's 6:30 there.
That's true. So I get to see it in the past, which is pretty sick.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I should have called you and told you that was happening. We didn't know each other then, though.
No.
If I would have known, I would have called you and been like, "Hey, Pat, get on this before like 8 a.m."
Oh yeah. I was at my mom's bakery, so you could have called the bakery. So do that when you wake up, because we have non-linear time. Call my mom's bakery. I'll be there, watching the towers, and I can stop it.
Always watching the towers. This is Jerseytalk.
This is Jerseytalk. We'll always watch the towers.
We will never forget. We will always remember the sacrifice you gave, not just to New York City, but to Jersey.
But to Jersey.
We get it.
It really affected our skyline.
It did.
Like,
it was cloudy for a long time. Smoky. Yuck. You know? Yuck.
We hated it. I could barely stomach my sandwich. My chopped cheese tasted like dirt.
So I'm saying never again, because I never want an ashy chopped cheese ever again.
Never again.
I never want an ashy sheet sandwich ever again.
Never again.
We're never gonna have that ever again.
No, I mean, the traffic on the turnpike was out of control. It sucked.
Yeah.
I could barely get off to go to the Roy Rogers there.
Yeah.
I love that Roy Rogers. They had the golden chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
It was delicious. It had like a honey mustard type dressing.
I remember that dressing. I remember I once used it as lubrication and got a terrible UTI.
Oh.
Terrible UTI.
Oh no.
That was in my ground pound stage when I was revitalizing my chakra by having sex with the earth.
And that's when you woke up in your 14-year-old body, but with your current day brain.
Correct.
And
Correct.
You were just like, I could stop 9/11 right now, or I could jerk off and go back to sleep. And what did you do?
I did the ground pound.
You did the ground pound.
Technically not a jerk off.
It was a jerk in.
A jerk in. A jerk in the earth.
Yeah. And now
jerk through the chakra, you know?
And you got to worry about that because, like, after 9/11, there was a very tumultuous time for our Muslim friends.
Very true.
But we aren't thinking about the true enemy.
Who's this?
The mole people who live in the earth.
Those motherfucking mole people! I've been telling you. I've been telling you about this shit, and you've been saying you might be right. I don't know. You might be right. You did the research, didn't you?
Who started?
You did the research.
I did the research.
And now you know. You know about those motherfucking mole people.
Let me ask you a question.
What's that?
Who started coming the earth? Who started the ground pound?
Oh, no.
They want your seed. They want your seed.
No.
They are making...
I make sure it's not connected to any moleholes, okay?
No, you don't know that. They have secret tunnels. They are creating a mole-human super race under the earth.
I dig 6 feet deep.
6 feet?
6 feet, like a grave.
Okay.
Like a grave, Bobby.
I'm just saying.
I dig a grave to rebalance my chakra.
You got to rebalance the chakra, but you also got to worry about the mole people stealing your seed.
I have sex with a whole-size grave. Grave. Okay.
So basically, you're joining skull and bones because that's the big thing to get in.
I'm enjoying bones and skulls because I'm coming in some skulls 6 feet deep down there. You know what I'm saying, Bobby?
You got to lay in a grave and you got to jerk off in front of your dad. That's how you join the skull and bones.
My dead dad?
Your dead dad.
My dead dad.
Your dead dad.
Too late.
Too late.
Oh, he's got a mausoleum, though. I just went in the mausoleum, got a little bored, decided to close the door, give it a little spanky spank.
Yada, yada.
Realized the door is made of stone. I'm not very strong. It's very difficult to get out. I have to get the park ranger to come and help me. But the problem is, I have come everywhere. Everywhere.
You got your evidence. You got your evidence all over the mausoleums.
And I can't see it because it's dark in there. There's no fucking light.
No,
they don't have a light.
He flashes the flashlight in. What does he see? He sees a corpse covered in cum.
He gets out his black light and he says, "Hey, this looks like a tasty meal up in here." And I gotta be like, "Hey, maybe you shouldn't eat my cum."
He's like, "Oh, you've been blasting yogurt all over this motherfucker. You
got ropes like a pirate ship."
Is this tzatziki from Freddy's on 6? Is that what you putting everywhere?
Have you been eating a hero up in here? Where you get such big heroes around here?
Why does it have so much dill in it? That's what I'm asking. Why has it got so much dill? Why does it look like Freddy's tzatziki? Freddy's Heroes on 6, you know the place? It's amazing. He has a great dill-flavored, very garlicky tzatziki sauce. And you're just throwing it all over this mausoleum.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I be doing. I be eating heroes in here is what I tells him. And he accepts it. He accepts it. He accepts it. And my dad's mausoleum, I say, listen, my dad's buried here. I close the door to have a moment alone with him.
I'm eating my lamb hero.
My lamb hero. I said it was a goat hero, but he said it smelled like lamb, and so I changed. I said, yeah, I mean lamb is what I meant.
Yeah, it smells like lamb farts up here. What have you been doing?
Yeah. God, it smells like a lamb's cum up in here. What have you been doing in this mausoleum?
What have you been doing?
You've been bringing lamb cum in this mausoleum, sticking it all over? Are you one of those bandits, the lamb cum bandits? Are you back again? I tell you kids, don't bring any more lamb cum into the motherfucking graveyard.
And you gotta tell them it's a religious ceremony, just like with the lamb's blood with the Abraham. Putting on the door so the spirit of
you gotta just say to the man, "Hey, what are you, anti-Semitic?
Come on, lamb's blood, lamb's cum. It's two things from a lamb."
But he says, "Hey, this mausoleum says Barbarelli. That's not Jewish.
That is not Jewish."
And I say, "Yeah, you are correct."
Then you go like, "Then why am I motherfucking circumcised?"
Oh, and you show him your dick.
Yeah.
And that's bada bing, bada bang.
Bada booms.
That's what I'm saying. Just like Frankie Blue Eyes. Just like Frankie Blue Eyes.
Like Frankie Blue Eyes.
Maybe Dino. I don't care. I don't know.
Sammy Davis.
No, because he's a Satanist.
Satanist.
And we don't do that around here. Not around my part of Jersey.
No, Johnny. He's Jewish though.
Oh.
He's not a Satanist.
No, I was always told he was a Satanist.
That star,
Yeah.
that's the Star of David. It's different than the pentagrams.
Oh. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I gotta.
You got a lot of apologies to write.
I do. I gotta go think for a bit. So
This puts a lot of stuff in perspective for you.
So maybe we should let the soy boys take the show back.
Yeah, take the soy
And
back.
talk about your thing. This has been Frankie B, and that's Bobby C over there.
Bobby C.
And we're signing off.
See you later,
Yeah.
soy boy bitches.
So down on Vega, it's night, and everybody but the princess and Lone Star are sleeping, and they have a moment together. Lone Star asks why she ran away from her wedding, and she says Prince Valium just didn't do it for her.
No.
He didn't get that box away. You know what I'm saying?
No.
No. Definitely not. They're about to kiss when Dot Matrix's virgin alarm goes off, which is an alarm that like went off in the theater, I'm sure at the time, and everyone was like, "Oh shit,
Oh God.
they caught me."
And I do like. I realize that they kind of has the same joke in Men in Tights.
Yeah, it does with the chastity belt.
The chastity belt, yeah. And Carrie was, he dings against, goes ding when
Yeah,
he gets
yeah.
a boner against the chastity belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's her face played from Wings, I think, right? Was
Yeah,
that
yeah.
the girl.
Yeah, what's her? I can't remember her name.
I can't remember either. She was like kind of had a moment in the '90s and then
Yeah.
kind of like faded away, unfortunately. I thought she was pretty good.
Yeah, me too.
So the next day, they're traveling under the hot sun, and they lose all their strength and will to go on. But they're rescued by a bunch of Jawa-type little people
Yes.
who make little noises.
And Tony Cox is among them.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, famous for, like basically every movie that requires a little person. Like
Is he the one who's in like all of the like
the Bad Santa.
Yeah, little black guy.
Yeah, he's like in Bad Santa, Bordello of Blood.
Yeah, he rocks. Yeah,
he rocks.
he's perfect. Yeah. So with Lord Helmet, they're now down on Vega looking for the princess, but can't find them. The Jawa types bring the party down into an underground lair where there's a giant statue with a little guy that comes out of it, the everlasting know-it-all Yogurt. So it's just Mel Brooks playing Dorf on golf, basically, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, he's covered in gold paint and has a green mouth.
Yeah, he does. It's kind of disturbing looking, really, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's very, very strange. But
Yeah.
but this definitely has some of my favorite moments of the movie.
Yeah. He tells them of a mysterious power called the Schwartz and shows them a gold ring with an S on it. He says they do merchandising there, where the real money from the movie is made, including a whole bunch of stuff, including a Spaceballs flamethrower, which Elon Musk ripped off.
Yep.
And the Boring Company sold 10,000 Boring Company flamethrowers.
Yeah. And I do love this part because it is interesting. Like George Lucas gave, like it's funny that this movie can exist and it's outside of, and obviously like one big thing about Star Wars now is what a soulless merchandising behemoth it is.
Yeah.
It had merchandising back in the 80s because that's how George Lucas made most of his money.
Yeah, that's how he made his like $2 billion.
Yeah, like he was just like, I just want the merchandising rights, and he was able to just sell these toys. But now that it was acquired by Disney, and there's some Disney references in this, like when they first see like the dinks, they're like, oh, are you in Disneyland right now?
Right.
So almost kind of like foretelling like Disney's like eventual like acquisition of Star Wars.
Yeah.
And so that joke kind of works in different ways now, but it's also just like the merchandising aspect is just like how Star Wars has completely lost all meaning and just any sort of impact that it ever had.
I mean, it was that way though by like Return of the Jedi, which was like 82 or whatever.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi. They did
84.
Go onto the Ewoks and try to go as cute as possible.
Yeah.
But still, you could look at the original trilogy and see a good set of films. This is also before like Lucas decided to go and do the re-edits of all of his films.
Right.
And then, you know, before like all the prequels and then like the eventual acquiring Disney. And you can just kind of like look at pretty much every single Disney product now and just see nothing but like a crude nostalgia giant that's just churning out pale imitations of the originals. just for
and like fucking superhero films also.
Yeah, just for straight up merchandising. So it's like Yogurt kind of understood, you know, Mel Brooks just understood like just these films are just like vehicles to make lots of soulless amounts of money.
I mean, you know, he was a good businessman. He understood what a business was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was making fun of it here.
Yeah.
Which is great.
And it is sad, though, like, I guess Lucas gave his go-ahead for this film. And then that also, like I was saying, like how this film, it's funny that this film is also outside of the Disney acquisition. It's not, you know, it had the George Lucas's permission to parody it without any sort of, like, any sort of financial gain from it. Because actually he purposely allowed them to use like the one escape pod scene. Yeah, you know, in the escape pod, that was actually a unused special effect from the original film.
Oh no shit, that's interesting.
Yeah, so George Lucas helped a lot with this film. So it's just funny, like they have like this. There is this like full on Star Wars parody that outside of Disney's control.
And so, you know, a lot of people say, especially a lot of like racists and stuff, say like you could never make Blazing Saddles today because they said the N-word in there, and they're not really right, but you know, you couldn't make Spaceballs today.
No.
Because
you couldn't.
No, like the mouse would never let you. No.
Yeah, like I feel with Mel Brooks, like there was a friendly, you know, it was friendly between him and Lucas. Like Lucas gave his blessing to make this film.
Yeah.
And he was able to parody it and with good fun. Like apparently Lucas loved the movie, said it was hilarious. Like wrote him a huge letter, and you know also like Industrial Light and Magic people helped work on like, you know, like the final scene with like John, like one of the final scenes, like, you know, John Hurt and stuff. And so it's kind of interesting to see like this cohabitation that's just like this working together just to make a film together, and it's friendly. It was friendly.
Yeah, we love friendly.
Yeah, we love friendly.
So next we see Spaceballs, the bedsheet, and President Scrooge is busy getting busy with some ladies.
I do want that bedsheet.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. He orders them to comb the desert. So next we cut to the desert being combed with a giant ace comb, and one of the best gags in the film.
Yeah.
Are we
taking this too literally?
Yeah. We then see some guys with a giant afro pick, and one of them is Tim Russ, of all people, Tuvok himself, who says, "We ain't found shit," which apparently he gets quoted to more than anything by fans, even at Star Trek conventions.
That's fair, because Tuvok didn't really have like a catchphrase.
He didn't. I mean, if I'd be like, "Live long and prosper, dog," or something like that.
Yeah, live long. Yeah,
lap.
Yeah, he would. Like, yeah, but that's
or I'd probably be like, "Blues music sucks."
Blues music sucks.
Suck on it.
Yeah, but Tuvok didn't really have anything because, like, also that stuff is like most commonly associated with Spock.
Yeah, but it's still a fucking every fucking Vulcan does LLAP.
Yeah, I just wish Tuvok had something specific to him.
I know. I wish he. Yeah, I feel like no one really has a fucking catchphrase or anything on Voyager that's not just a meme. Like Janeway, you got like there's coffee and then that nebula.
Yeah.
Fucking Chakotay has a Coochie Maya.
Yeah, and I guess like, you know,
Neelix has just the number 3.
Fun will now commence by 7 of 9.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess for Neelix you have
sex offender registry list, baby.
Yeah, we love Neelix.
Do we?
I love Neelix. I think he's nice.
Okay.
He grew on me the second rewatch of Voyager.
So next, Lone Star has his necklace examined by Yogurt, who says it will be revealed to him at the proper time what it means. He then continues his Schwartz training and lifts a statue with the Schwartz ring, but then drops it on Barf's foot and flattens it. Yeah. Which is a pretty fun gag.
Yeah.
Up on the surface, Lord Helmet feels the presence of the Schwartz, and they find Yogurt's lair. Lord Helmet hates yogurt, even with strawberries. He reveals he got the downside of the Schwartz, and that there are two sides to every Schwartz, which is kind of fun. I like how they're playing with the word Schwartz.
Yeah.
Lord Helmet reveals they'll get the princess to come to them. They trick her by making her think her father is there and using his voice to get her to come from her sleeping state. And Helmet takes the princess on his ship and kidnaps her. Lone Star and Barf leave to go get the princess back, and Yogurt says goodbye while giving him both a fortune cookie and the ring of the Schwartz as Lone Star goes to leave. What would you do with the ring of the Schwartz? I mean, you don't really wear rings. You probably get degloved at work, huh?
Yeah, I'm never been a ring guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I mean, I definitely would use it to lift things, just like throw people. Like, like maybe if I was like, for traffic, if there was a bunch of cars in my way, like if someone cut me off, I'd pick the car up and throw it.
That's pretty evil.
Yeah, I guess I'm on the downside of the Schwartz.
I don't have any sounds for that. No. Here we go. I bet you're wondering how he got here. To the downside of the Schwartz.
Downside of the Schwartz. Also, it's funny saying, like, the Schwartz was also the name of Mel Brooks' lawyer. Mm-hmm. So it gave extra meaning to may the Schwartz be with you.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I always thought it was just kind of like a penis reference. And it is definitely a penis reference.
Yeah.
So up on Helmet's ship, Lord Helmet is playing with Spaceballs action figures in a truly unhinged performance. And this is the I think the scene we were both talking about earlier that is just on another level.
This part, like, they decided to add wasn't in the original script, so they just let Rick Moranis just fucking improv the entire thing.
And he does a scene. It is weird and unsettling, and it feels like very true to form in a weird way.
Yeah.
And it just feels like natural.
Yes.
And I like it a lot.
It's definitely like one of the parts that really like stuck out to me as a kid when I first watched it, because I thought it was very funny, but also, it's just like, it's very strange, you know. Anytime you see like a grown man playing with dolls, it's always kind of unsettling. Especially if one of the dolls is him and he's making it win and he's making it beat everyone. Yeah. And it's like weird and meta. Yeah. It was just this weird meta moment that like the film, like, they let you know that the film really got itself and that the actors got the film as well. Yeah. Like, Rick Moranis is so fucking funny in this. He is. He's I think he kind of he steals most of the scenes he's in this movie. Yeah. Like, even with a movie with, like, John Candy and Bill Pullman in it. Yeah. He's probably my favorite part of the entire film. No, same. He does an excellent job, and I think they even said, like the fact, you know, when he does, like, the dark helmet voice when the mask is down. Yeah. That was also his decision. That was a great effect, have it, like, instantly leave whenever he puts it up. Yeah. Yeah, it just kind of like adds a weird pathology to his character where it's just like, once the helmet's down, that's when it's dark helmet. That is worst. I totally get that. Yeah. Our bridge sound went out. Here it is again. That means we've been going for over an hour. Oh, hells yeah. So, Colonel Sanders walks in while Helmet is playing with action figures and says he's needed on the bridge. And it startles Lord Helmet. He's like, how much did you see? I did not see you playing with your dolls, sir. He says your dolls again. Your dolls again, yeah. So President Screw is now taking a piss when he's called and told the princess has been brought to his office. And he says not to call him on that line, that it's a unlisted line. In the office, and then the person calling looks at his dick and nods approvingly. Yeah. In the office,
Lord Helmet tells King Roland he's going to use his plastic surgeon to give her back her old nose if she does not give up the combination to the air shield, or if her dad doesn't. And so he finally relents, and instead of letting his entire planet live, he chooses his daughter's nose.
Yeah, I do like how she has like a traditional witch's nose.
Yeah,
like it has like the weird as it goes up, goes out and
it's
to a
funny.
little point. Yeah, it's so funny.
So the combination to the air shield is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what idiots have on their luggage.
The doctor and his nurse go back to golf. And then President Scroob runs in and asks what the code is. They say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he says, "Oh, that's crazy. That's what I have on my luggage." Yeah. So the Winnebago parks at the Spaceballs prison complex, and they get beat up, or they go and beat up the guards and steal their uniforms and use a giant key to get inside. They sneak around and get the princess and Dot Matrix, but get caught and shot at. Barf saves the day by using a series of tubes. He does some tube math, kind of.
He uses the internet.
He does, yeah. He uses Al Gore's internet.
Series of tubes.
That wasn't Al Gore. He said he invented it. That was Ted Stevens, I think, right?
Ted Stevens.
Yeah. So the Winnebago parks. No, we already got that. So Barf saves the day, and then everyone makes their escape, but they jump into a guard room. But it turns out it's their stunt doubles in a great gag. I thought this gag was very fun.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
I totally forgot this gag, and it like surprised me, and I was like, "That's a fun gag."
Yeah, like Princess Vespa's.
Just some dude with a mustache.
Yeah, it looks like has a Hitler mustache,
Yeah.
and chomping a cigar. Yeah, I love any sort of like stunt double joke, because like there's also a really good one in I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
Yeah.
Where like the black mom gets replaced by the stunt double, where it's a white guy with a mustache wearing a wig and a dress, and just like where they capture in Spaceballs they capture their stunt doubles, which are just like Costco brand or Kroger brand versions of the original actors. It's really funny.
Kroger rocks though.
Kroger rocks.
No, not Kroger. I'm thinking Kirkland. Sorry,
Kirkland,
Kroger sucks.
Yeah.
So, outside, in their escape, they have locked the keys in the Winnebago, but somebody shoots the princess's hair, so she takes a gun and blasts them all to hell.
This was another scene where I laughed really hard.
No, this is pretty fun. Yeah.
They shot my hair, and she just goes commando mode.
Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, that's pretty good." And Barf is like, "For a girl."
Yeah.
And then Dot Matrix is like, "For Rambo."
Yeah.
And fucking, I don't know. Barf is kind of a misogynist in this film. Kind of sucks. He does a little bit of a sexual assault later.
Yeah, he does.
He does a little bit.
Yeah.
So President Scroob runs into Lord Helmet's chamber room, and they're in front of planet Druidia to steal their air. The Winnebago arrives and sees the Spaceballs ship morph into a gigantic maid with a vacuum cleaner to suck all the air out. This is actually a great use of miniatures here.
Yeah,
I thought the effects were actually really good.
Yeah, I remember, like when this part happened when I was a kid, I thought it was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen.
It looks pretty good, actually. It still holds up, I think, in HD. They call this this giant maid Mega Maid, and the operation they're undertaking is Operation
Vacuum Suck.
The vacuum takes all the air out and a bunch of other stuff from the atmosphere, including some trees and a bunch of snow off a mountain. Lone Star makes a plan to get the air back on the planet and blow up Mega Maid. Barf suggests he use the Schwartz ring, and he uses it to move a giant vacuum lever to reverse. I'm not sure I've ever seen a vacuum with a reverse function.
Me either.
But okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that's against what you want a vacuum for.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, okay, well, I just vacuumed all the... Yeah, can you imagine, like, you just vacuum up, like, a whole bunch of crap off your off your carpet, and then you accidentally hit the reverse and
Right,
spray
and
it
just
everywhere.
Spray it fucking everywhere. Right, that would suck so fucking much.
Yeah, I'd be so pissed. I'd probably destroy the vacuum.
Yeah, same here. I would use the vacuum to suck my brain out.
Yeah, to club myself to death.
Yes. So Air goes back into the atmosphere, and the king is surprised to find himself alive, in fact. The Winnebago travels into Mega Maid's ear, and they find the self-destruct mechanism somewhere in the brain center. They hover over the spot, and Lone Star heads down a ladder and into an emergency exit. He tries a Vulcan neck pinch on a guard, but he gets it wrong, and the guard helps him get it right. And he actually says Vulcan neck pinch in an actual, like... which is interesting that they actually, like, I don't know... They make more direct references to Star Trek than they ever do to Star Wars. In the film.
They don't make any direct references to Star Wars.
No, it's all parody references, which is interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, they mention Star Trek by name multiple times. So that's very funny.
Very strange.
And also very premonition of a Star Trek reference, including Tim Russ. So.
Yeah, very true. 100%. Maybe he got hired into Star Trek because of that.
Yeah, maybe. Like this, like, what episode was his first episode on TNG?
I don't recall. But
was that?
Yeah, he was in there once or twice.
Yeah.
As was Tom Paris.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because he had I think his first. Oh wait, no, he was also in
Wasn't he in one of the movies?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I think it was Generations or First Contact.
Yeah, I think Generations. Yeah, yeah, because I think we talked about how because he was on the Enterprise, controlled by the Ferris Bueller guy.
Right. Yeah. So it must have been Generations. Yeah, cool. So, Lone Star gets to the self-destruct button and uses some shaving cream to incapacitate a guard in a truly funny and absurd scene. Yeah. Like, the guy's like, what are you doing with that? And he says, this, and squeezes it in his eyes and his mouth, and the guy falls down like he's dead. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. It's very funny. Yeah. He goes to press the self-destruct button, but is interrupted by Lord Helmet. He tells him that he's his father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate.
So what does that make us?
Nothing. Just like you're about to be, which is a pretty great line. I like that interaction.
Yeah.
And he tells him to prepare to die. They both have Schwartz rings, and they bring them out like lightsabers. And he's like, "Oh, I can see your Schwartz is as big as mine."
Yeah, they're hovering them over their dicks.
Yeah.
And they're like, ooh.
And they have a Schwartz fight. Lord Helmet accidentally kills a cameraman. Lone Star starts to defeat Lord Helmet, who goes to shake his hand and says, the better man won, but then steals his Schwartz ring and drops it down a grate. He tells him evil will always triumph because good is dumb, which is a great line. I really enjoyed that as well. Lone Star hears Yogurt's voice telling him to use the Schwartz, and he uses a mirror to defeat Lord Helmet by hitting him in the dick, and then Lord Helmet falls into the self-destruct button. Yeah. President Scroob scrambles to turn off the self-destruct or get an escape pod, but they're all occupied by a pizza guy, a bearded lady, a timpani guy, and a bear.
I like how he's like, "Who are you? I'm the bearded lady. Who are you? One of those freaks?" to Lord Helmet.
No more escape pods are left for Lord Helmet, Colonel Sanders, or the President.
And this also is one of my favorite scenes because you just have nothing but chaos, and there's like a juggler, clowns.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like everyone's scrambling for the things. It's going and it's playing the Spaceballs.
Yeah, that's a pretty sick song. Yeah.
So that's a really fun scene.
So the self-destruct cancellation button is broken. The Winnebago escapes just as the ship blows up. The Princess and Lone Star have another moment on the Winnebago. We also find out that Pizza the Hutt ate himself to death. So Lone Star and Barf will now be rich. The Princess arrives back, and Prince Valium is still there, ready to get married.
Yeah, he's like, "Where were you?" or something like that.
Yeah. The Winnebago leaves, and Lone Star and Barf go to hang out at a space diner. This is kind of a whatever scene. The Barf sexually harasses a waitress with his tail. A guy has a chest burster come out and puts on a hat and does the Michigan J Frog routine.
This scene was horrifying to me as a kid.
Yeah, because it is like literally a chest burster scene.
And it's literally, John Hurt playing the same
it's the
character.
guy, from Alien who had a chest burster come out, and
he goes, "Oh, not again."
Yeah,
and John Hurt had played Jesus Christ and Mel Brooks' History of the World Part 1.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay.
And I guess like when Mel Brooks asked John Hurt to reprise his role from Alien in this film. And I guess like John Hurt believed it was just a walk-on role, and so. But then when John Hurt got there, he found out that he was actually kind of tricked. It was actually like a full-on scene where he would have to be hooked up to special effects. He'd have lines. He was like, I realized that I should have asked for a salary when I agreed to do this, because like he agreed to do it just as a favor, and then ended up having to do like a whole ass scene with.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah,
that's how you save money making a picture.
That's how you save money. Yeah, but it is definitely like one of the scenes I associate the most. Like when I was a kid with Spaceballs, because like
it horrified you.
It did horrify me, like when the chest burster is like hissing, and then like he just kind of smiles and puts his little hat on. Like I don't know, that just broke something in my brain.
So that's what's wrong.
That's what's wrong.
Ah, interesting.
I need a therapist.
Yes. Go tell a professional about this, Patrick.
Yeah.
So down on Drudea, Princess Vespa is at her marriage when she learns Lone Star turned down the reward for saving her. Barf is starving when he goes to eat the fortune cookie that they were given by Yogurt earlier, and it's Yogurt's ghost. He tells him Lone Star's medallion is a royal birth certificate, making him a certified prince, which means he can now perform Purple Rain. Yeah.
Hells yeah. With assless chaps.
Yeah, absolutely. It means he can actually get married to Princess Vespa, which is pretty cool. They pour some liquid Schwartz into the gas tank and head back to Drudea, which is just, you know what liquid Schwartz is.
He's been cranking that, been making a bunch of that all day.
Hell yeah, baby. What's the most you've ever masturbated in a day, and do you feel ashamed for it?
You've asked me that before.
I think I had on the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like you were kind of.
What did I ask if you felt ashamed for it?
No, I wasn't ashamed.
Okay. Well, my question was, were you ashamed for it?
No, I was fine with it. I was just like, you know. Like one of those days, it was like
it's just one of those days when you just wake up and jerk off. Everything is fucked up and sucked up on Pornhub.
Yeah, it was like, you know, in probably high school during the summer, and you know, nothing had nothing to do.
Mom and Dad on home got 8 fucking hours to jerk my wall into a series of socks. All right.
Yeah, I was home alone. Like, what else am I gonna do?
Oh yeah, Mom and Dad are like on a vacation alone. They're like, hey, brothers are at camp. I'm gonna fucking pull pud until I'm dud. You know what I'm saying? Pull pud until you're dud.
Yep.
Pull pud until you're dud.
Look up some grainy pornography on the early internet.
Oh yeah, get like finish jerking off before you even see boobs on the picture. It's like, oh yeah, nice shoulders. No, well, we're done, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess I have a shoulder fetish now.
Order some Dominoes, get my strength up.
Oh yeah, order some Dominoes and maybe go to the nearest corner store. Nearest what would you have in Maryland? What was your corner store?
Just had some weird. The closest one was some weird gas station. They actually made really good subs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a Sheetz or anything.
Well, I'm a Dom, so tell them about me. Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Because they're subs.
Gotcha.
Because they're subs.
Yeah, it was just some.
I'm a dog.
Yeah, it was just some random gas station that had really good sandwiches and really good drink selection. So just go walk over there and walk back. Yeah.
Cool. So the head of Megamind crashes on a planet ruled by apes, which is also kind of like Maryland.
Oh yeah, kind of. Yeah, we do have apes on horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like Planet of the Apes.
Andrea, Princess Vespa and Prince Valium are about to get married when Lone Star flies overhead. He shows up in an amazing white suit that I really want.
Yeah. Also, Barf looked really cool in his.
Yeah, he did.
He had like a dress
gas
coveralls.
station outfit, kind of. Yeah.
Dress coveralls.
Yeah, it was like when like someone at the gas station dies, that's what you wear to their funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a 21 pump salute. Just spray gas up in the air.
No, I was thinking everyone masturbates. They've got one guy who jerks off, two series of 7 guys who jerks off, and 6 guys who jerk off.
I can't make it to 21. I can't make it to 21 pumps.
21 Pump Street. Richard Grieco's jerking off again. What the fuck? Johnny Depp?
Yeah, I can see Johnny Depp doing that.
Yeah, he's 21 Pump Street for sure. Every fucking like one person restroom he goes into, 21 Pump Street, baby. So Lone Star shows up and announces he's a prince and proposes to Princess Vespa. The priest marries them right there, and Dot Matrix Virgin alarm turns off finally. The Space Winnebago flies away with "Just Married" written on the back. The end of the film!
Yeah.
We got to the end. What do you think?
I love this movie.
Yeah, this movie's pretty great.
Yeah.
It's pretty feel good. Made me feel good.
Yeah, I think I like all of Mel Brooks' films except maybe Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Yeah, because you love that film.
Yeah.
Or you'll be dead and loving it.
That's
a threat.
You'll be dead, and I'll be loving it. And you're dead.
I'm loving it.
Yeah. But, yeah, Mel Brooks is amazing.
Yeah, there's a couple of his films that I think are fine. Like, History of the World Part 1 is fine. I'm not a huge fan of that one.
I do love, it's good to be the king.
Yeah, it has its moments for sure, but it's like over long. I feel like it's more than 2 hours or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, I feel like the original producers is kind of dated. It's not bad. It's just like, it feels very much like a 60s comedy, you know?
Yeah. Also, like that, I learned, like, producers he only made for $1 million.
No shit. That's crazy.
And actually Spaceballs was his most expensive at $25 million.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess there was like a lot of special practical effects that he had to do.
Yeah, I like Silent Movie a lot. Of course, I haven't seen 12 Chairs.
Yeah, I have not found that anywhere.
Yeah, Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein obviously are incredible. High Anxiety is pretty good.
I actually just recently watched both Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein.
Yeah, I haven't watched History of the World Part 2, but I haven't heard that many great things.
Yeah, me either. Like, unfortunately, yeah, I mean, Mel Brooks is 97 years old at this point.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, he doesn't owe us anything more. He's made some great shit in his life.
Yeah, I think he should just be like, relax.
Yeah, I'd put this like on his top 3 films, I'd say.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Along with Young Frankenstein.
And maybe Blazing Saddles. Yeah,
Blazing Saddles, absolutely. Yeah. I'd put it up there. It's a really fun film. I don't think it definitely doesn't reach what Blazing Saddles says is a film, like on race. It
doesn't have any like. I mean, also neither did really Star Wars, really. Like,
no. Star Wars is a good versus evil, like whatever.
Yeah, it was more like Flash Gordon type thing that had very little
like Gash Gordon.
Yeah, or Flesh Gordon.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, like didn't have any sort of like deeper meaning. And except for George Lucas himself has said, like, obviously like the Empire is supposed to be America, the rebels are Vietnam. Yeah. And so the Vietnamese, which is really funny, because recently Mark Hamill just went and was like, we have to support Israel.
Cool.
not like,
Super cool, Mark Hamill.
yeah, you kind of realize.
Do we have to support Israel?
Yeah.
Do we really?
Do we really, Mark Hamill?
Because they're just going to kill a bunch of civilians again. And, like, it's going to be an outsized civilian slaughter because they're going to say, and, you know, they've.
Hey, who do you think the Empire is in this situation?
Yeah, right? Give me a fucking break.
The people with the high-tech concentration camp?
The people that the U.S. has been supporting for, like, the last 75 years.
The people who were originally the Empire in the original trilogy of films you acted in? Like, it's
you know.
Come on, sir.
He lacks, he's a good joker, but, you know, he lacks political nuance. He's very lib-pilled. He's, you know... He's basically just a George Takei.
But yeah, like I would say he's like for the meaning of the film. Yeah, there is because like also like yeah like you know Blazing Saddles, History of the World Part 1 also had like commentary on race, and yeah, this doesn't have. This is probably I would say that like this would probably be one of his more like mainstream films.
Yes.
Like because it doesn't really like challenge the viewer too much. Like whereas like you know something like Blazing Saddles definitely like plays with the audience, the white audience's comfortability.
Right. I feel like High Anxiety in this film can be paired closely together, and I'd say Young Frankenstein because they're all very much spoofs. Yeah, and they all are pretty safe but well-made films. Very well made. But don't have like a ton to say. No. Whereas like Dracula Dead and Loving It is a spoof, but like doesn't have anything to say and is bad.
Yeah, but you know it's like it was definitely one that was always on TV when I was a kid. Like we had the VHS. And I watched it all the time.
Oh yeah.
And like definitely like I didn't see Blazing Saddles until I was like a little bit older. Like and but yeah, like no, I mean it's a great film, holds up, like especially now, you know, that Star Wars is so just like massive.
Yeah.
And just in your face. Like we have like a new Star Wars, like we have the Ahsoka show or whatever it's called right now happening now, and so it seems like almost every few months there's a new Star Wars project, you know, new Star Wars movie or series or you know something you got to buy. Like we got has its own Disney World thing. You know, we have the Star Wars hotel that's like $2,000 a night.
Jesus Christ!
It's like, and so yeah, we just went full, you know. Spaceballs 2: The Search for More Money, which is, you know, Search for More Money was another Star Trek reference, you know, Search for Spock. but like yeah, it's, every single Star Wars film that's happened after Spaceballs has been Spaceballs 2: The Search for More Money.
It certainly has. Yeah. No, it's just been like a wild cash grab.
Yeah, just
I mean it's
nostalgia.
Yeah, it's just like super transparent. And I feel like it was almost hard to make a Star Wars film after Spaceballs. Yeah. Because it was too transparent, like how much they were making a play for merchandising. Like shit with fucking like Jar Jar Binks. Yeah. You know, Jar Jar Binks is obviously just a huge fucking cash grab and entirely annoying. And he also, according to Alex Jones, has a black Caribbean accent.
Interesting. Yeah, I would say like I feel like when designing the prequels and also like the more recent Star Wars trilogy, it definitely felt like merchandising was considered first. Yeah. Before like things were even written, like you know when they include like the porgs or something like that, it's just like there's definitely like a merchandising slant where it just feels like very hollow and transparently like. This is a toy commercial you're watching.
Yeah, 100%.
Baby Yoda, toy commercial.
Baby Yoda, yeah. They were like, you know, they had the plushies like planned like 6 months in advance.
The fully articulated dolls that you could get that fucking move, and the you know the BB-8s that move and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all the search for more money.
Which would you rather fuck? One of the BB-8 dolls or one of the Baby Yoda dolls?
I guess I don't know, BB-8, because like I mean, Baby Yoda would be too weird. I mean, it is a 50-year-old man technically.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? I've actually never fucked a 50-year-old man, so I have no place to talk.
Yeah. But no, BB-8, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? I feel like the robots are probably very functional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it your BB 3.5.
Hope you're ready. Yeah. I don't even know what happened to that thing because I didn't even watch like the last film.
What, your BB-8 plushie?
Yeah, well, BB-8. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, I filled that. Oh, I filled the BB-8 plushie with milk and then whapped it against the wall.
Milk, that's what you call it.
Yeah.
Fill it with your milk.
I would just soak it in milk and suck on it and throw it against the wall so hard it just sticks there.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, dried milky. And then Walt tastes yummy forever.
Yeah. Everything smells. Yeah. No, yeah, I don't have any Star Wars merch.
Yeah.
I would love Spaceballs merch. I was like thinking
I think it'd be fun to stick like a lightsaber in a pussy or a butthole.
I feel that'd be torture.
No, not like a real lightsaber.
Oh,
like one
okay.
of the toys.
Oh, got
one
you.
Of the toys.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Maybe do like a Darth Vader cosplay and be like,
I'm going to stick it in your pussy.
I mean, I'm going to have to guess.
Or maybe your asshole.
I'm gonna have to guess like there has to be multiple Star Wars parodies, porn parodies, and I'm guessing there has to be a scene in one of them at least. If not, someone failed on a cosmic level. Just like not thinking of that.
Well, maybe I'll stick one in both their holes. Maybe all three of their holes.
Oh shit.
Maybe four of their holes. Maybe they have
a new hole.
Maybe I'll stick one in their nose.
Yeah, armpits.
Get a little tiny one. No, armpits a hole if you want it to be, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm sorry.
Armpits a hole if you want it to be, baby.
Yeah, knee pits. Why not?
That's pretty gay.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Which is very cool.
Yeah, you should do that.
And also, it's not gay if you keep your socks on.
I've never heard that before.
Really? You never heard it's not gay as long as you keep your socks on?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Huh. If you're gonna gay with your socks on. If you're gonna gay, well, stick around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gonna gay, just jerk away. If you're gonna gay, you're gonna gay.
It's a good rule to live by. Just always make sure that you have your socks on.
Yeah, and that way it's never gay or straight. You're asexual as long as you keep your socks on.
You're technically still a virgin.
I like that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, one time, a girl I was having sex with excoriated me for wearing socks while I had sex.
Really?
Because they're like, you keep your socks on during sex? I'm like, yeah, my feet get cold.
You're like, I'm a virgin.
Yeah. I'm like, what, you think I'm giving my parody
to that fucking pussy?
Yeah. Sorry. I'm saving my virginity for marriage.
Yeah. I'm saving it for some pussy that ain't motherfucking trash.
So yeah, you won't see these little tootsies, Missy.
Yeah. Hey, kitty cat.
Yeah, so I think that's what we learned from the Spaceballs.
Yeah.
It's not gay if you keep your socks on, and also you're also a virgin still if you have your socks on during sex.
Yeah, unless they're plaid, and then you're going ludicrous speed.
Then you're going ludicrous.
And then what you gonna do? Act a fool, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're going to do.
That's what you're gonna do.
Going to do.
Yeah.
Act a fool.
What you gonna do? Act a fool!
But it's not cool to act a fool.
Well, that was a great rhyme, dude.
Thank you. It's like I had a rhyming dictionary in front of me while I did that. So.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other rhymes that rule. No, I'm just kidding. Just list all of the fool rhymes.
Spool. Uncool. Shul. I don't even know what shul is. Let's check them. No definition. I don't think it's a real word. Yeah. A Yule. Like a Yule log. Okay. Okay.
Drool.
Drool. Okay. That's
drool is cool. That's what I learned from a cat massage video.
Interesting.
Yeah, the woman, she was massaging a cat, and she said, if the cat starts to drool, that's fine. The cat's loving it. Drool is cool.
Hell yeah. We love when a cat loves a massage. I do give my cat, like, they call them skin something. They don't call them massages when you do them to cats. Because it's something a little different, what it does to their body. But they fucking love it. They love it. My cat loves a little massage.
Does she give a little drool to you?
Sometimes, yeah. She gets real into it. She loved that shit.
Yeah, I had cats that would drool profusely when they got pet.
Yeah. You take them to drool school.
Take them to drool school. Yeah.
That's what I call when I get a blowjob.
Time to go to drool school. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
It's lunchtime.
Or you're gonna be teacher's pet. You put your mouth on the penis. You put your mouth on the penis, or else you get the hose, which is also the penis technically. So, you know.
Oh, we should have a Silence of the Lambs. Like our beautiful patrons suggest Silence of the Lambs. That's a good movie.
Yeah, it's got like nothing to do with Star Trek.
No, I don't even think there's a Star Trek actor in it, is there?
No, I don't think so.
Probably not.
Nope.
Damn.
What you gonna do? Act a fool! Well, I guess that's probably a great place to leave it, huh?
Yeah, I think we've mentioned Spaceballs in the last like 15 minutes.
Yeah, you're probably right. Well, thanks for hanging with us, Voyagers. Be well, travel safe, and definitely go watch Spaceballs. It's a real fun time. It's a real groovy shoot. What? Groovy shoot? I don't know what that is at all.
Yeah, check out all of Mel Brooks' filmography, why he's still alive.
Yeah, that's a good point. Do that.
Yeah, that way you can watch it and then thank him on the internet.
Give me the over-under. Who do you think's gonna die first? I hate to think about this, but Mel Brooks or Henry Kissinger?
God damn it. Yeah. I have a feeling. I feel like Mel Brooks probably doesn't do all like the evil blood ritual shit that Henry Kissinger does.
Right. He doesn't have the adrenochrome.
Yeah, but I did see. I have seen Mel Brooks recently on something, and he looked still sprightly.
Yeah.
And I did see Henry Kissinger. Someone like was doing like a man on the street. They confronted him while he was being wheeled into something.
Excellent.
Like telling him "fuck you" and stuff like that, which is fantastic.
That rocks.
But
we should do that to old shitty men who did shitty things.
Unfortunately, I mean, also kind of fortunately, because maybe it means he's on his last legs. But Henry Kissinger didn't seem like he was even aware of what was happening. So he's probably even lost like the ability. If he could feel shame, I think it's gone. Like his brain isn't there where he can even.
What I really want is I want him to have diarrhea so bad he dies of dehydration.
That would be fantastic.
I think that'd be the coolest thing.
Yeah, and just like fell out of his wheelchair and just in his mansion. No one knows he's there.
Yeah, that's the way people in like the developing world die the most, and people like. On the whole, like the plurality of human beings ever have died from dehydration from diarrhea. That's like what all of the big diseases, including like dysentery and shit like that, give you.
Well, let's hope. Like we're here at Soy Trek, we're putting Henry Kissinger dying before Mel Brooks.
Let's hope.
We're putting that out in the universe.
I want Henry Kissinger to die.
I mean, he like that video I saw of him. He looked. Very
in Minecraft.
He looked very Feinstein-esque. You could.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn, girl, you looking fine. Stein-esque. Got him.
Yeah, he's basically looking like Dianne Feinstein in her final days. So.
Her Feinstein days.
Her Feinstein days.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's hope he gets Feinstein soon.
Yeah, let's hope he takes a nice long Feinstein forever.
Yeah. Crossed fingers. All right, so that's it.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for checking with the Soy Boys, Girls, and the Widdly Beans.
Hang dong and shocker.
Soy, Nasty boys are gonna have a wonderful time with all of your hoes, Mr. Kissinger. We will use you. We will make your asshole into the new Cambodia. Oh my God. I'm nipping at the bit thinking about it. I'm frothing at the mouth.